Hello, I'm Ngọc Duy, and these are the top headlines you need to know today, straight from Hanoi to wherever you are.
Top Chinese leader begins state visit to Vietnam. Party chief requires no disruptions to operations throughout restructuring process. National Assembly Standing Committee convenes 44th session. More than 600 international delegates expected to attend P4G summit. Decorating new poles, unique art of ethnic group in Cuong.
General Secretary of the Communist Party of China Central Committee and President of China Xi Jinping arrived in Hanoi on April 14, noon, beginning his two-day state visit to Vietnam. The visit is made at the invitations of General Secretary of the Communist Party of Vietnam Central Committee to Luong and State President Luong Cuong. State President Luong Cuong welcomed the Chinese leader at the Hanoi Bai International Airport. The Chinese leader and his entourage were greeted at the airport with exciting drum performances by 200 artists, along with dance performances by 54 young girls dressed in the traditional costumes of 54 ethnic groups across Vietnam. A large number of Vietnamese people, Chinese nationals in Vietnam, and officials and staff members of the Chinese embassy in Vietnam held flags of the two countries and banners expressing the traditional bilateral friendship, warmly welcoming the Chinese delegation. This is Xi's fourth state visit to Vietnam as China's top leader, and the second within his current term. It demonstrates the high regard that the Chinese party and state, as well as the leader personally, place on strengthening the friendly neighborliness and comprehensive cooperation between Vietnam and China. The visit takes place at a time when the two countries are celebrating the 75th founding anniversary of diplomatic relations, January 18, 1950 to January 18, 2025. This visit contributes to promoting and deepening the framework of the Vietnam-China Comprehensive Strategic Cooperative Partnership and the Vietnam-China community with a shared future that carries strategic significance, thus bringing the bilateral relationship to a new height.
Agencies, units, and organizations must maintain uninterrupted, efficient, and effective operations throughout the restructuring process, ensuring no disruptions to duties, services, or local activities, Party General Secretary to Luong requested on April 14. He made the request while chairing the third meeting of the Central Steering Committee for summarizing the implementation of Resolution 18 of the 12th Party Central Committee on the continued restructuring of the political system for greater efficiency. The party chief, who is also head of the Central Steering Committee, said that the revolution of streamlining the political system's organizational apparatus is being carried out urgently and decisively, earning high consensus within the party and broad public support. Emphasizing the broad scope of work ahead, with closely interrelated tasks, Luong highlighted the need for the entire political system to uphold a strong sense of responsibility and improve coordination in execution. He noted that priority will be given to finalizing guiding documents, amending the 2013 Constitution, and improving legal institutions and regulations to establish a robust legal framework for effective implementation. The party leader stressed that there is a heavy workload ahead, as the country is simultaneously undertaking major tasks, streamlining and reorganizing the political apparatus, restructuring administrative units, accelerating economic development, and preparing for the party congresses at all levels leading up to the 14th National Party Congress.
The National Assembly Standing Committee convened its 44th session in Hanoi on April 14, marking a significant step in preparation for the 9th session of the 15th legislature. In his opening remarks, National Assembly Chairman Tran Thanh Mun stated that the session will be held in two phases, from April 14th to 17th, and from April 22nd to 28th. During this session, the Standing Committee will deliberate on 42 groups of issues, including 24 related to constitutional and legislative affairs, 10 concerning socio-economic matters, 8 falling within its authority, and several others. Among the key items on the agenda is the consideration and approval of proposed plans for the reorganization of commune-level administrative units. Lawmakers will also discuss draft documents proposing amendments and supplements to certain provisions of the 2013 Constitution. Public feedback on these proposed amendments will be collected in approximately 1 month, and 5 days for compilation. At present, the government, the Prime Minister, and relevant agencies are actively implementing solutions across all sectors to address the impacts of the US new tariff policy. In this context, the National Assembly and its Standing Committee stand ready to review matters within their jurisdiction, to promptly address challenges faced by businesses and citizens, the top legislator said.
The Fourth Partnership for Green Growth and the Global Goals 2030, P4G, Summit, slated for April 14th to 17th, will be an opportunity for Vietnam to affirm its strong commitments to achieving the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Many high-ranking leaders from countries and partners, including the UN Deputy Secretary-General, 3 Prime Ministers, and several Deputy Prime Ministers and Foreign Ministers are expected to visit Vietnam and attend the summit. To date, about 600 international delegates from over 40 countries and international organizations, including P4G member countries and partners, investment funds, research institutes, scholars, businesses, and diplomatic missions have registered to participate in the event, both in person and online. Regarding the agenda, Vietnam has actively exchanged with and consulted P4G member countries and partners on the summit's theme and focus discussions, particularly those on policies that promote public-private partnership, attract investment, the maximization of resources for green transition, the application of technology and innovation to improve resource efficiency, reduce emissions, ensure sustainable energy transition, and prepare human resources for a green economy.
Like other ethnic groups in the western region of Cuong Nai, the Core people have various types of nail pole decorations, which are used in buffalo sacrifice ceremonies. The art of decorating nail poles, which is passed down from generation to generation, also reflects cultural identity and bears the imprint of the Core ethnic community. Nail trees typically range from 5 to 15 meters in height and consist of 3 parts: the base, the body, and the top. They are decorated with traditional patterns in red, black, and white, combined with symbolic items such as the offering tray, deity figure, fish decorations, and ceremonial flags. Making a nail pole involves many stages and requires collective effort, time, artistic skill, and craftsmanship.
Selecting a suitable tree is the most challenging part of making a nail pole. It must be round and straight enough to have beautiful painting. The decorative circles must be evenly spaced, vividly colored, and symmetrical to ensure the pole stands upright and balanced.
Recognizing the significant cultural value of the nail decorations, local authorities and relevant agencies have taken a number of measures to preserve and promote this tradition.
The nail pole of the Core ethnic people in Tra Bong district has been recognized as intangible cultural heritage. For the Core community, the highlight lies in the decoration of the nail pole. Each locality has its own teams to promote this tradition.
I also take part in making the nail pole to learn more about the traditional patterns and the techniques passed down by our ancestors. I hope to inherit this tradition and pass it on to future generations.
The nail pole serves as a spiritual bridge between the Core ethnic people and the divine. Each time a nail pole is erected, sacred rituals are performed. This tradition is a distinctive cultural identity of the Core ethnic community in Tra Bong and a source of ethnic pride for local residents.